Aloha, Martha, Light Diamond Creative here to share some information today about health and the body. We are going to take our time getting through this material, but I will do my best to hold this concept within a few minutes. So I hope this helps. One of the reasons that I'm sharing information about health is that as a biologist, I have become especially interested in natural, preventative, behavioral, plant-based, plastic-free health over the last few years. And these are the concepts that I have used on my own health journey, which have resulted in my personal expression of health, which I think is better now than it has been in my entire life on multiple planes: physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. I think of the social body too, although I acknowledge that my social body interacting is not quite as strong as my physical health and mental health and emotional health and spiritual health at this point. In any case, I am in the running for Miss Health and Fitness 2023, and if this information helps you, feel free to vote in the link that I will drop in the description down below. You can vote daily. I'm in one of the final rounds, and the round I'm currently in closes June 8th. So if you would like to vote daily, feel free to access the link or find me on Instagram, Martha Nature, to vote. That's my spiel on that. Now I'm ready to give you the goods. Today, we are talking about the importance of rest, biologically and psychologically. Why slowing down, resting is beneficial for our health, even if we are socially or familially programmed to work at a much different pace. It is really common within the US, especially, to have a work culture of 40 to 60, even 80 hours per week, and to have a mental attitude of, I have to keep working, period. And being still is not quite so common within our culture yet, partially because we don't understand the full benefits of it, which is what we're going to continue to get in here. Acknowledging, though, that the social pace is a little nuts, we might be more incentivized to give ourselves moments of rest, and we must be the ones that prioritize giving that to ourselves, because others around us also have such a programming, usually, that it is unacceptable. And in order to be productive, we must be moving and working constantly. One of the reasons that we are so in the overworking end of things is because when we are coping, one of the healthy coping mechanisms, it can be healthy, is to distract ourselves mentally, giving ourselves something to do so that we're not consumed by this thing over here that is maybe tough to deal with. Even in a trauma response, someone, and I know this because I've been here, okay? Someone in a trauma response will give ourselves distractions and things to do in an endless list without rest to keep ourselves from approaching that elephant in the room that really does need to be addressed. So we're in the mental and emotional health realms here. Coping because we feel the need to distract ourselves from what needs to be addressed. and going so far into overworking that we're preventing ourselves from dealing with this, which would, in the long run, positively affect all of our health expressions, to rest and to face the elephant in the room. Something that also keeps us in fast-paced, rigorous work is scarcity mindset. We believe that we must be making money or we're not worthy. We must be making money or we're not going to be able to pay rent. We're not going to be able to pay car note or gas or the phone bill for these modern day necessities. And so being in scarcity mindset would have us believe that unless we're working, we are not of service or value. And this would keep us from giving ourselves rest, this internal belief that we are not worthy unless we're constantly working and giving outward. But opening to receiving and coming into rest is that healthy counterbalance that can maximize our productive output, because in a rested state, the quality of our work skyrockets, which other countries have found out and have strategically lowered the hours of work required per week while increasing pay, recognizing the worth of people and that everyone deserves to have a house and food and water and electricity. And if somebody is in the working environment and giving their best for 30 hours a week, 20 hours a week, they still should be reciprocated so that one can afford a decent quality of living. But I digress, because we need to get into the biology of this. We've been in the psychology. The biological mechanisms, and I'm doing my best, I'll wrap this up. I'm gonna try to keep it below 10, okay? The biological effects of rest on the body. When we are in chronic states of stress induced by the external environment, induced by scarcity mindset, induced by overworking, our glands are sending signals for the expression of fight or flight hormones, including cortisol, a communication line between glands in the body, the hypothalamus, the pituitary, the adrenals, signaling to the body that, hello, we are in fight or flight response, and all of the blood needs to be sent to the extremities and the subconscious, the hindbrain, in order to survive this situation, running away, flight, or fight, sending all the blood, totally different physiological responses, commands getting subconsciously sent to the body so that we can boop, 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 boop. When the body is in fight or flight response, the immune response goes down. The capacity of the immune system to deal with threats, viruses, bacterial infections, etc., goes down because it takes so much energy to activate within the fight or flight response that there is not enough energy to activate both systems simultaneously. The fight or flight response takes up all of the energy that otherwise would be going to the immune system for cellular regeneration in rest and protecting the body from external threats. And here's another interesting fact, is that on a cellular level, the body cannot protect and regenerate at the same time. It cannot protect and grow at the same time. If it is in protection mode, and this can be inflamed by PTSD because one would find themselves in a protective mode much more regularly, even on a physiological, not just psychological level. taking away from the ability of the body to physically function within growth. Giving ourselves rest, prioritizing rest as a self-care coping mechanism allows our body to go into regenerative mode on the cellular level, decrease the stress hormones within the body, increase the ability of the immune system to deal with environmental threats, bacterial, viral, etc. And giving ourselves rest enables the chronic inflammation of the fight or flight response to pause, also allowing us to deal with maybe mental or emotional issues that are ready to be faced, and in the long term, increasing our capacity to do high quality work. I hope you give it to yourself. Rest. Your body will tell you. Our bodies tell us when they need rest. And if we listen to that and give ourselves that, oh, it's a game changer, baby. Thanks for listening. Feel free to vote. Martha Robinson, Miss Health Fitness 2023.